We all deal with this endless stream of information every single day, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's overwhelming.
And the real trick is, well, finding the stuff that actually matters, those insights that help you figure things out.
Exactly. And that's kind of what we try to do here. Cut through the noise, give you the facts, maybe a surprise or two, keep it interesting.
And today we're taking a deep dive into on-passive technologies, specifically their whole idea around AI traffic commissions.
Yeah, this one's interesting. It's not just your standard online marketing talk. It definitely brings up some big questions about automation, maybe even wealth.
Right. And we're basing this on a pretty extensive, 100-minute conversation.
That's right. We listened to OnPassive's founder, Ash Mufareh, talking with affiliates, educators, tech analysts from around the globe.
And they were focused entirely on how this system is structured, what impact they claim it has.
So our goal here, for you listening, is to really unpack how OnPassive says it uses AI for traffic, how the commissions supposedly work.
And what that might mean for what they call financial freedom. We want to break down how this AI traffic is supposed to find customers and automate earnings so you get the picture quickly.
Let's jump in.
Okay, let's get into it. We all kind of know the usual online grind, right? Finding leads, boosting clicks, hoping people buy something.
Yeah, the constant hustle.
But Ash Mufareh talks about something different. A system delivering, quote, targeted, guaranteed traffic and sharing commissions, even if you never talk to a customer. Now, we hear new paradigm a lot in tech.
All the time.
So beyond just saying automation, what makes this on-passive AI traffic actually different? Structurally, technologically, is it really distinct from, say, big lead gen services or affiliate networks? What is this AI traffic, particularly for these founder links?
Okay, good question. So Ash explains it as their own proprietary AI.
Yeah.
It analyzes massive amounts of user behavior in real time.
Real-time data. Yep.
Yeah, and it geolocates where interest is popping up. Then it automatically directs real potential customers they stress, not bots, to these founder links.
And founder links are just referral URLs for their early members.
Essentially, yes. For the early adopters, the founders. And Mike Ellis, one of the affiliates in the discussion, really hammered this point. Unlike normal affiliate stuff where you go find traffic,
Right, you're doing the work.
OnPassive claims it drives the traffic to you. And when you ask about the AI analysis, Ash mentioned they developed their own deep learning models. They feed it huge amounts of browsing, search, social data.
So it's trying to predict who's likely to buy, more than just, say, age and location.
Exactly. Recognizing subtle patterns, predicting conversion likelihood, that's the claim high-intent traffic. And then the system follows up. Automated chats, emails, funnels, nurturing those leads automatically.
So for you listening, think about that shift, moving from always chasing customers to a system where traffic is theoretically brought right to your digital doorstep. That does change the dynamic, doesn't it?
It's a fundamental shift in the model, if it works as described. Yeah.
Okay, that promise, targeted, guaranteed traffic, passive commissions, it sounds great. Almost too great, maybe, in a world full of online hype.
You got to be skeptical.
Right. What's actually in place to guarantee the quality, the conversions? And once traffic does hit, how do the commissions actually get paid out? How do they separate this from, the less credible schemes out there?
Yeah, absolutely critical. Ash went into the commission blueprint. It's layered. So any visitor converting through your link could be a free sign-up, a trial, a paid subscription that triggers a commission.
Okay, any conversion counts.
Right. And it happens on 3 levels. Commissions from people you directly refer.
Standard affiliate stuff.
Then commissions from their referral, so a second tier. And then this AI spillover thing, which is pretty unique.
AI spillover, what's that?
It's where the system apparently assigns random, unattached traffic directly to founder or qualifying affiliate accounts. Sarah, another participant, confirmed their internal platform, the OES 2.0 system.
The on-passive ecosystem platform.
Right. She said it tracks everything automatically.
Yep.
So it doesn't matter where the traffic came from, direct, spillover, whatever. If it lands under your ID and converts, you get a percentage.
And they claim this tracking and spillover makes it sustainable, prevents it from being top-heavy.
That's the argument, that the automation and the spillover are designed to distribute opportunities more fairly, keep it viable long-term, addresses that common concern with multi-level systems.
That structure, especially the spillover, sounds incredibly streamlined for passive income. Maybe too streamlined. Do we have actual examples? Does it really work? Like, set it and forget it?
You're right to ask. Does it really work passively?
Yeah, or is there fine print, hidden requirements?
Well, Emmanuel Naunjam, He shared a pretty specific story from the beta testing phase.
Okay, what did he say?
He said he received 186 traffic leads directly from the system, and out of those, 42 converted into actual customers.
42 conversions. Okay. And the result?
Resulted in $900 in commissions. And his quote was, "without lifting a finger."
Without lifting a finger. That's a strong claim.
It is. Joyce Lynn, another person in the discussion, jumped on that, saying that's the power of the AI spillover. It fills the pipeline even for people who aren't natural marketers.
So it helps the non-salesy types.
That's the idea. And Mike Ellis added a crucial point. These aren't just one-off leads. They often become active users who renew monthly.
Ah, so recurring commissions, that builds up.
Exactly. Now, that phrase, "without lifting a finger," it's powerful, but we should probably clarify, it likely refers to the active selling part.
Right, not like you do literally nothing.
You still need to activate your account, probably monitor things. They mentioned studying your analytics is key to actually maximizing the potential. So maybe without active selling is more precise.
Okay, that makes sense. Still, Emmanuel's $900. It makes you wonder about traditional sales jobs, doesn't it? What does that level of automation mean for how people might earn money?
It's a big question.
And if one person gets $900 kind of passively, what happens if this scales? Thousands, millions of users. What's the bigger economic picture on passive paints? How do earnings compound?
Dr. Raj Patel, an economist involved, gave a breakdown. He sketched out a scenario. Say a user earns $25 per conversion,
Okay.
and the system sends them just 10 conversions a day. That's $250 a day.
Or $7,500 a month, just from the traffic.
Exactly, solely from the AI-driven traffic in his example. And Ash Mufareh himself projected much higher numbers down the line.
Like what?
He suggested some founders might see 100, maybe more, conversions daily once everything's fully automated and their global marketing ramps up.
Wow, okay. That's significant scale.
And Sarah added another layer. Top founders, she said, might have like 10,000 users downstream in their network.
So the traffic gets distributed through that network.
Yeah, building team commissions. It creates this massive potential scale, of course, these projections.
They rely on the system working flawlessly, finding enough, converting customers continuously.
Precisely. The consistency depends on ongoing optimization, market reach. The compounding comes from those recurring subscriptions and the network effect you mentioned.
It definitely encourages you, the listener, to think about that compounding effect, the long view. But it brings up a really basic question.
Where's all the traffic coming from?
Exactly. It can't just appear out of thin air. There needs to be a real engine driving this.
No magic button, right. The source material laid out several channels. It's a multi-pronged thing.
Okay, like what?
Paid traffic, so global advertising campaigns, organic search optimization, SEO, AI-generated funnel campaigns.
They use AI to build the marketing campaigns, too.
Apparently. Plus social media outreach powered by their own platform, ONET.
ONET, that's their private social network.
Yeah, and even internal traffic from people using other ONPASSIVE products. Joyce Lynn called it smart traffic.
Smart traffic, meaning?
Meaning, the AI supposedly knows who's likely interested in what specific product and sends them to the right person's referral ID. That's how they claim to ensure quality and conversion, this advanced AI targeting.
So the AI is constantly learning and refining matches.
That's the idea, trying to differentiate from just throwing leads at the wall, focusing on genuine high-intent users for specific offers.
Okay, it's definitely a strategic mix they're describing, aiming for precision, not just sheer numbers. So let's get practical. The money. Commissions are earned. How does it actually get to the user?
Good question. Mike Ellis explained commissions hit your O-Wallet daily.
O-Wallet, their internal digital wallet.
Correct. And everything is supposedly tracked on a dashboard. Every visitor, click, sale. Sarah backed this up. She said her dashboard shows leads, product trials, even where they came from geographically.
So transparency is key.
She emphasized it's real-time money in the O-Wallet, convertible to your local currency. And Ash Mufareh mentioned partnerships they were setting up. Banks, mobile payment providers, even crypto options, to make getting the money out easy, what he called frictionless income.
Okay. And what about the founders versus newer affiliates? Does only the first group really benefit?
They address that. It's described as performance-tiered. Founders get priority, sure, but active affiliates who perform well also qualify for traffic and spillover.
So performance matters for everyone.
Yes, and the OES system, the platform, is programmed to auto-assign spillover to, theoretically, balance things out. Dr. Raj Patel called it fair and sustainable, and even Programmable equity.
Programmable equity. Interesting phrase. It seems like they've thought about the payout mechanics. Are there common hurdles people still face getting paid? The sources didn't really elaborate on user challenges, did they?
No, the discussion focused more on the system's design and potential benefits, less on potential user friction points in practice.
Gotcha. Well, beyond individual earnings, what really stands out is this idea of it being a global equalizer. That's a big claim.
It is. Emmanuel Jam spoke really powerfully about Africa.
What was his point?
That someone with just a phone could potentially tap into this global traffic stream. It could level the playing field, bypassing local economic limitations.
Access regardless of location.
And Sarah shared a really striking example. Women in Bangladesh, she said, earning $100 a day just from traffic commissions. People who'd never had an online business before.
Wow. $100 a day in that context is huge.
Absolutely. These stories really highlight the potential for digital inclusion. Of course, scaling that kind of impact across whole populations is another challenge entirely. It involves digital literacy, access, things the source didn't deeply explore.
True, complexities abound, but Mike Ellis summed up their vision, didn't he?
He did. He said, "We are witnessing the first ever AI economic uplift driven by automation and intelligent traffic." Strong words.
Definitely makes you consider the potential societal shifts, how systems like this could change economic access globally. So, wrapping this up, what's the takeaway? We've dug into ONPASSIVE's AI traffic system, how it's designed to automate leads and commissions. We've looked at the claims about passive income, global impact.
And also tried to probe the how behind it. The mechanisms, the traffic sources, the payout systems, the claims of guaranteed results.
Right. And the final advice from the people in that discussion was pretty straightforward.
Yeah, essentially, activate your account, connect to the system, let the AI do its thing. They claimed, even if you're shy or totally new, you'll still receive traffic.
And crucially,
Study your analytics.
yeah.
Understand how the traffic works for you, because that's how you scale your income within their ecosystem.
So here's a final thought for you to chew on. In a world that's clearly going more and more toward AI, how might this kind of intelligent automation really change how we think about work, about creating wealth?
And even about who gets access to the global economy. What are the long-term effects,
Right.
both the ones they intend and maybe the ones nobody sees coming yet?
Lots to think about there.
Welcome, Curious Minds, to the Deep Dive. We take complex stuff and try to make it make sense. Today, we're digging into something pretty interesting, actually. It sits right where AI meets, well, digital money-making. It's this concept of AI-driven traffic commissions, specifically as ONPASSIVE Technologies presents it. Yeah, and our source material for this is quite extensive, a long, 100-minute chat with ONPASSIVE CEO Ash Mufareh, plus a whole panel, global affiliates, founders, digital economists, AI analysts.
Yeah.
Quite the lineup. So our job today is to unpack what they're saying about using AI to, generate traffic, send it out, and maybe create passive income for people.
Exactly. And what really jumps out from that discussion is it's not just talking about leads in general like we usually hear. It's focused on a very specific structured system they claim delivers guaranteed targeted traffic. The core pitch seems to be the system does the heavy lifting, and you, the user, could potentially get paid without even talking to a customer directly.
Okay, let's break that down. AI traffic. What does that actually mean in this context? Sounds a bit futuristic.
Right. Well, the sources define it as using AI to really analyze how people behave online. It looks at location-based interests, patterns, and then it automatically sends real people they stress, not bots, sends them to specific links belonging to these founders.
So real people who are likely already interested.
That's the idea. People who genuinely might want the products or services linked there. They talk about machine learning, analyzing big data sets, online behavior, demographics, past buying habits. It's about building detailed profiles to predict who wants what, trying to make sure the traffic isn't just numbers, but really qualified leads.
And this is where it gets really different from, say, traditional affiliate stuff, right? Where
Yeah.
you're always out there hunting for clicks.
Yeah, that's a key point they make. Instead of you chasing traffic, ONPASSIVE, according to the sources, drives it to you.
And it follows up, too.
Apparently so. The system is described as using AI, chat, emails, automated funnels, the works, really, to nurture those leads after they arrive.
Okay, so the AI finds the people, sends them over, even follows up. But the big question then is, how do you actually get paid? What's the commission structure look like?
It's described as having several layers. You get commissions when someone converts through your link. Could be a free sign-up, a trial, a full purchase.
Okay.
The layers they mention are direct referrals, people you bring in, then commissions from their referrals, so kind of a second tier, and then this really interesting part called AI spillover.
AI spillover. So just random traffic landing in your lap?
Not quite random is how they explain it. It's more like the main system, they call it OES, the on-passive ecosystem solution. The algorithm intelligently spreads out the general incoming traffic across all the founders.
Ah, okay. So it's meant to be more balanced than just relying on your own efforts.
That seems to be the goal, yeah. To make sure even people who aren't maybe natural marketers still get leads sent their way.
And how does the system keep track of all that? Direct referrals, second tier, this spillover? Sounds complicated.
They point to their OES 2.0 system. It supposedly tracks everything automatically. Doesn't matter, they say, if the traffic was organic, paid advertising, AI-driven, or this company-distributed spillover. If it lands under your user ID and that person converts, you earn a slice.
Which sounds very much like that passive income dream, doesn't it?
It does.
Did they give any, like, real-world examples in the discussion, something to make it concrete?
They did. There was an anecdote from an African founding member, Emmanuel Nounjam. He talked about his experience during a beta testing phase. He said he got 186 traffic leads sent to him.
Okay.
And out of those, 42 apparently converted into something commissionable.
Without him doing anything directly?
That was his claim, yes. No personal marketing effort for those specific ones. And it resulted, he said, in about $900 in commissions. So they use that to illustrate how this AI spillover could work, especially for non-marketers.
That's interesting. But you have to wonder, is that typical or just one good example?
That's a fair point. The sources highlight his story as an illustration, but, they don't really dive into average results or success rates across the board, or how things like different markets or products might change the outcome for different people. The focus is definitely on the potential.
And these commissions, they're not just one-offs, are they? If someone subscribes.
Correct. The idea presented is that these leads become active users, maybe renewing monthly, which then means recurring commissions for the user whose link they used.
And the AI follow-up helps keep them engaged.
That's the reported mechanism, yes. Using the AI chat and email to maintain that connection and encourage retention.
So, okay, let's talk potential earnings then. What kind of numbers were being discussed?
Well, they had a digital economist, Dr. Raj Patel, weigh in. He gave a kind of hypothetical, suggesting, for example, if a user made $25 per conversion and maybe received 10 conversions a day from this traffic.
Okay, 10 a day.
That would be $250 a day or $7,500 a month, just from the traffic side of things.
And was that presented as like a baseline or an optimistic scenario?
It was framed more as a potential baseline, yeah, with the implication that some founders might see much more like 100+ conversions daily once everything's fully running globally.
Wow, okay.
And they also talked about scale, like top-tier founders who might have, say, 10,000 people in their downstream network. The idea is traffic gets distributed through that whole network, building up team commissions too.
Which leads to the obvious question, where does all this traffic actually come from to fuel this whole engine?
They described a few different sources. Paid advertising, like big global campaigns, also organic search results, optimizing for search engines, then AI-generated marketing funnels, social media stuff using their own platform, ONET, and even traffic generated internally from people using other ONPASSIVE products. So a mix.
Again, it's not just any traffic they stress. It's smart traffic. What makes it smart?
Right, smart. It means the AI supposedly figures out who's most likely to buy a specific product or service, and then it matches that person with the most relevant founder's link.
So it's predictive targeting.
Exactly. Aiming for quality over just sheer volume, predicting interest to get better conversion rates, that's the claim.
Now, these are some pretty big claims, and it sounds complex to manage globally. Did the sources talk about potential challenges?
That's a really important angle, the conversation we drew from. It was definitely focused on the potential, the vision, the mechanics as designed. They didn't spend a lot of time on, say, the challenges of scaling global ad campaigns effectively or how changes in Google or Facebook algorithms might impact things.
On market saturation?
Or market saturation for certain products, right. Those kinds of potential hurdles weren't really explored in depth in this particular discussion. It was much more about the solution they believe ONPASSIVE offers.
Okay, understood. So focusing back on the process they describe, once commissions are earned, how does the payout actually happen? Is it clear for the user?
They say it's pretty straightforward. Commissions get deposited daily into something called an O-wallet, and the user dashboard is designed to be transparent. You can supposedly see every visitor, click, sale, even the country they came from.
daily deposits, and getting the money out into your own bank account.
Described as real-time money, convertible to your local currency. They mention partnerships with banks, mobile payment systems, even crypto